Hello YouTube. After a very long time, I finally got some time to do this video. This video is about installing Kerberos OpenLDAP and NFS on a CentOS server. Um, Earlier, I did a three-part video series on the same topic on CentOS 7. One of the viewer mentioned that he had problems installing following my tutorial on CentOS 6. I think it's rel 6.4 to be exact. Um, the video that I did earlier, the three-part one, was for CentOS 7. So most of the things should work fine on a CentOS 6 server, but you need to do some minor adjustments. So he requested me to do another video for rel 6. So basically I'm doing the same thing on CentOS 6. Um, if you don't care about CentOS 6 and if you just okay with the CentOS 7, then you don't have to watch this video because I'm gonna be repeating every single thing that I mentioned uh, in those three-part video. But this is going to be a single video and it's going to be very quick. I'm not going to explain everything in detail. So if you need more information or more details, more background, just watch my other video. Okay, let's get going. I've got a couple of virtual machines running in KVM, CenVM01 and CenVM02. I'm going to use one of those server as my Kerberos OpenLDAP and NFS server. Okay, so this is my host machine, and let me log into the virtual machines. That's CenVM01, and on the bottom pane okay, these are Virgin virtual machines. They are CentOS 6.4 minimal installation, so they don't have any extra packages. This is just a very simple minimalistic version of CentOS. So all I did after the installation was set the host name and update the etc hosts file so that these two virtual machines can talk to each other. So this is a CentOS 6.4 machine, and if you want to take a look at the etc hosts file, and on this machine I've got these two entries here. I've got these IPs assigned to these two machines so they can look up each other. If you have a proper DNS server set up in your environment, then you don't have to worry about doing this. I've got a separate DNS server running here, but I don't want to mess that by adding these new setup. So it's basically easy for me to update the etc hosts file. Okay, so back to business. So I'm on CenVM01 now. I'm gonna set up a Kerberos server on this machine. So what we need to do is install a single package called KRB5 server. And once this gets installed, we need to edit three different files where we will be changing the domain names and the Kerberos server. So let it finish first. Okay, the first file I'm going to edit is the Kerberos configuration file etc krb5.conf. So what you need to do here is change all the example.com text to your domain. So my domain here is jungle.kvm. So let's do that. I'm going to replace every occurrence of example.com with jungle.kvm. I also need to change okay, so make sure all the lines in this file are uncommented. and my KDC server is CenVM01. My admin server is again CenVM01. That's all I need to edit in this file. Save and close it. And the next file I'm going to edit is in var Kerberos krb5 kdc.conf. So change the domain from example.com to jungle.kvm, save and close, and the last file is kadm.acl. Again, change the domain. Okay, we are done with the configuration. So let's enable the service and start it. Check config, kadmin list, so they are not enabled by default, so let's go and enable them. KRB5 KDC on. Okay, so we are good to start the service now. So we need to start these two services. No such file or directory while initializing. Oh, I missed a very important step. So you need to initialize the Kerberos database, which you can do using kdb5_util command to create a database. -s option is for stashing the root password, and -r is for the realm, which is jungle.kvm. It's gonna ask me for a password. If you get stuck at this stage, it's probably because the entropy level on your machine is too low, because I've only got like 512 meg RAM, half a gig of RAM. So what you can do is I just looked at one of the article in the internet, where you can increase your entropy by downloading and building an utility. So for that, what you need to do is yum install gcc c++, mine is already installed, and download the source file, which I'm gonna copy and paste it here. So basically you just download this file, havjet, which is short form for hardware volatile entropy gathering and expansion. I don't know what that means, but you just download this source file, extract it, cd to that directory, configure it, make install. Basically how you would build any source files. I should have done this before, but anyway, it's good that I'm showing you guys how to do it. Okay, that's done. Let's do a make. And make install. Okay, the final command is havjet -w 1024. Don't ask me what it actually does. I just read in one of the internet articles this way. That's done. So now if you try and create the utility, initialize the Kerberos database, it should straight away go ahead. Yep, that's done. So enter the KDC database master key. Just enter the any root password, any password basically. That's done. So now if you try and start those two services, come on, I got used to CentOS 7, that's why I'm struggling here. Cool, these two services are now running. Let's take a look. So port 88 is our Kerberos server running. Port 749 is the key admin port. So you just need to open the port 88 in the firewall. You don't need to open 749 unless you want to log in from the client. If you install a package called KRB5 workstation on the client side, you can do a key-admin and you can log into the admin console of Kerberos. So I'm not interested in doing that, so let's just enable port 88. I always do it this way instead of using the iptables command. Copy it and edit port 88. Service iptables restart. iptables -l -n. Okay, we've got port 88 opened. So now we need to create Kerberos principles and Kerberos user principles and host principles. Let's do that. keyadmin.local. Create a root principal. Add prince root/admin and give it a password. Done. So now if you quit, you can use the keyadmin utility. So I need to install the KRB5 workstation to be able to use the keyadmin utility. So I'm on the Kerberos server, so let's just use keyadmin.local. Okay, while I'm here, I'm also going to create a couple of user principles. I'm just thinking if I need to do it now or okay, let's do it now. Add principal, let's say demo1 at sendvm. No, add principal demo1. Password, I gave the same password demo1. Add prince demo2. Let's add the host principal. We added a couple of user principal and we gave the password, and later we need to create these two user accounts in the Kerberos server without any password, because the authentication will be done via the Kerberos thing. Okay, let's create the host principal now. The only difference while creating the host principal is that you need to give the random key instead of giving the password. sendvm01.jungle.kvm. Okay, two user principals created and two host principals created for sendvm01 and sendvm02. When I'm here in keyadmin utility, I'm also going to do one other thing. kt-add. I missed one thing. I should have done this way. Add principal minus rand key. What principal I'm creating? I'm creating the host principal. Host/sendvm01. this is the one I should be actually doing. And send VM02. So we got all these principles added. Basically we don't need these two principles. We can use the del prints command to delete these two, but don't worry about doing that. So we've got host principles for sendVM01, sendVM02, and we've got a couple of user principles. So what I need to do now is kt add is for the key tab adding. I'm going to add the key to the key tab. Kt add. If you don't give anything, the default key tab is going to be etc krb5.keytab. So on sendVM01, let's add kt add host sendVM01. That's added. Kt add for sendVM02. I'm going to create a separate file and then import that file to sendVM02 later. So I'm going to specify a temporary sendVM02 dot key tab, and the key that I'm going to add is sendVM02. Okay, that's all done. Quit. Okay, Kerberos server is set up. Let's go to I'll add a couple of user now. User add demo1, user add demo2. Note that I'm not setting a Unix password for these two accounts. These two accounts are they don't have the password set. The passwords, they will be authenticated via the Kerberos server. So in Kerberos we have created user principles for these two users with the password. So now let's set up an Ldap server on sendVM01 to store the user information. So basically in our setup we use the Ldap to store user information and Kerberos for user authentication, and we'll be using NFS to mount the shared home directories. So home directories will be shared from will be exported from sendVM01, and on all of the machines it gets mounted using the AutoFS service. So let's install the OpenLDAP server. I need these three packages: OpenLDAP servers, OpenLDAP clients, and migration tools. The OpenLDAP servers package is the actual server package. OpenLDAP clients provides some of the commands like Ldap add, Ldap search, all those commands. And migration tools package provides some scripts that help us migrate the existing Unix user account into the Ldap database. We need to copy the sample configuration, which is in user share OpenLDAP servers dbconfig. Copy this to var lib ldap. The installation of OpenLDAP servers might have created a user named Ldap, and let's change the ownership of the configuration file. That's done. So now we need to generate an Ldap admin password using the utility slap password. Okay, copy this somewhere. Let's say I'll copy it here. Now here I'm going to edit three different files. The first file I'm going to edit So I'm going into etc OpenLDAP /d in this file, in this directory, and the first file I'm going to edit is olc database 0 config.ldif. And next to olc root dn, add a new entry, olc root password, and paste the password hash that we generated earlier. Save and close the file. The next file I'm going to edit is bdb.ldif. So in here, if you look here, olc suffix, the dc my domain dc equals com, we need to change those. You need to change it here as well. So let's do that first. Change my domain to jungle. Okay, so like we did in the first configuration file, next to olc root dn, add an entry olc root password and paste the hash. Okay, one more thing we need to do in this file. Go to the end of the file and add these two lines that I'm going to copy from my documentation. I'm going to paste it here. Okay, before explaining what this is, let me change the domain. Okay, I've added these two entries, which says who has got access to what. So here the first line is the user password field. By self right, if you're the owner, you have the right access. By DN right, if you're the manager, if you're the admin, you've got the right access. By anonymous authentication, by star none, for the world, for everyone else no access, and for every record, for every other record, for the manager, if you're the admin, you've got full access, means right access. By self, right access. By star, it's just the read only access. It's just a access control, these two lines. So that's it. Save and close, and the final file we're gonna edit is monitor. What did I just do? Oh god, I closed the file. I closed the pane. Okay. So now my bottom pane is sendvmo1 and the top pane is sendvmo2. So the final file I'm gonna edit is olc database monitor.ldif. So what I'm gonna do here is just change the domain name. It's just one line here that I need to change. Alright, we are done. We just need to enable and start the service. Check config /d on. Service /d start. Cool. Don't worry about that warning. All we need to confirm is that the service is running. Port 389. That's the port. So let's open that in the firewall. Service IP tables restart. Yes, we've got the Kerberos SSH and the Ldap port opened. So the Ldap directory server is running, and we've got 2 user accounts, and we just gonna migrate these user accounts to the Ldap directory. So what we need to do, so before we create user accounts, user information, we just need to create a base directory, base structure in the Ldap directory for our organization. In our case, it's jungle.kdm. So I'm going to create an LD file. Let's call it initial.ldap. So what you need to have in this file is this content here. Okay, you're defining the base organization, and you're defining 2 organization units called people and group, and you'll be adding the groups under this OU, and you'll be adding users under this OU equals people. So LD file is just an input file which you can load it in the database. Load it in the Ldap directory. So we've got an LD file to create the base directory structure in our Ldap directory, and we use the Ldap add command. -d is for the bindy and which account you're gonna use to log in. Uppercase W is to ask for a password. -f, which file we're gonna import? Initial.ldap. Oh my god, what password did I give? I think it's cool. Yeah, that's the password. So we use the Ldap add command to import the sample LD file. We created the base structure, so now we can create the so if you do an Ldap search now, Ldap search -x, so we did an Ldap search and we got some results back. We got 1 organization and 2 organizational units. So now let's go and migrate our existing users into this Ldap directory. Remember the package that we installed earlier called migration tools that provides some scripts that will help us in copying users from the Unix accounts to the Ldap. So in user share migration tools, edit the file called migration_common. Migrate_common.ph. Look for PADL and change it with your domain. I'm actually editing right, yeah. KVM jungle. And one more thing you need to do here is change the extended schema from 0 to 1. You are done now, and grep demo etc password. So we've got two entries here. Let's redirect this to a file /temp user. Let's do the same for the group. We don't want to migrate every single user and every single group from this Unix from this server to Ldap. We only want to export the user that we created, demo1 and demo2. That's what I'm doing here. So we've got two groups, demo1 and demo2. Okay, now let's use the Perl scripts provided by the migration tools package to do the to generate LD file, which can then be imported. Migrate _ password, and the input file is temp user, and write the output to temp user.ldif. So now migrate the group. Migrate _ group.pl. The input file is temp/group. Write the output to group.ldif. If you take a look at the generated ldif file, so it has generated two entries for demo1 and demo2 for the two groups that we created. So now let's go ahead and add these entries to our Ldap database, Ldap directory. Ldap add, I don't have the history. I don't know why I lost my history. Ldap add -x -d dc equals jungle dc equals kvm, ask for a password and import this file, group.ldif. Ldap password. Okay, it has added two new groups to the organizational unit group. Let's do the same for the user file. Okay, cool. So our Ldap server is set up and it has got all the user information, and we have the Kerberos with user authentication information. So what are we missing now? Nothing. We've done everything from the server side, and one more thing we need to do is scp etc krb5.conf. This file is basically going to be the same everywhere. So just copy this file instead of editing it in CenVMO2. We'll just copy this to CenVMO2. CenVMO2 copied. We also need to copy the keytab file. CenVMO2 etc krb5.keytab. Okay, and shall we do one more thing? No, let's go to the client side. So I'm on CenVMO2. What I'm going to do is I need to install few packages so that it can talk to Kerberos server and Ldap server. Yum install OpenLDAP clients, NSS pam LDAPD, pam _ krb5. Okay, let's have a look if we have got the correct entries in etckrb5.conf. That looks perfect. Let's see if we can ping CenVMO1. We can, that's good. Klist, yeah, command not provided because klist is provided by KRB5 workstation. Klist command, this command is we just use that to check if the key tab file is valid or what entries the key tab has got. Do a klist -k the key tab file etc krb5.keytab. So the key tab file has got all these entries which are correct. Okay, so we've installed all the required packages, and if I do id demo1, no such user, id demo2, no such user, because these users doesn't exist here, they exist only in our Kerberos server. So do auth-config TUI. What you need to do here is, for the user information, select Ldap, use Ldap, and for authentication, use Kerberos. We've got our user information stored in an Ldap database, so we are getting the information from the Ldap, and we use Kerberos for authentication, where we have created 2 Kerberos user principals with the passwords. We don't have the Unix password in CentVM01, it's only stored in the Kerberos database. Our Ldap server is centvm01.jungle.kvm, and the realm is jungle. Next, everything is auto-filled based on the values from etckrb5.conf, so you're good to go. Okay, all done. If you do demo1, there you go, you've got the ID demo1, ID demo2, get ent group demo1, group demo2. So all this information, it's talking to the Ldap server and getting all this information. As far as CentVM02 is concerned, it has got no knowledge of who who demo1 and demo2 are. It talks to the Ldap server and gets these user information. Let's check. So I logged out of CentVM02. Let's see if we can log in as demo1. Demo1 at CentVM02. Demo1. Cool. So I'm logged in, but it cannot change the directory, the home directory, because home demo1 doesn't exist. So let's fix that. I'm logging in back as root on CentVM02. Let's export the home directories from demo1 and demo2. I've already installed NFS utils now. No, I need to install NFS utils. One thing I need to do as an extra step in CentOS 6 is to change the port where NFS, some of the NFS services run. It's not very easy to add firewall rules, because if it's CentOS 7, it's very easy. You just do a firewall cmd command and add service NFS. That will take care of everything. But here, there are a couple of NFS services that run on random ports, so you can't, unless you open the firewall entirely, you can't actually open individual ports. So for that, let's change the NFS configuration in etc sysconfig NFS. Change the uncomment these 2 lines, log the TCP port, log the UDP port. I'm gonna need this in a while, so I'll just paste that. And you also need to uncomment one other entry. Yeah, mount D port 892. Okay, and create HC exports file and export the home directory to everyone with read-write permission and the sync option. Service RPC bind status is stopped, so we need to start RPC bind first. Check config RPC bind on. Check config NFS on, and service RPC bind start, service NFS start. Show mount command just lists the shells that are exported from this machine. So we have home exported, so it's exported now, but it's not opened in firewall. Let's do that. Let's see what ports we need to open. Port 111 for RPC bind, we need to open that. Port 892, the mount D port, port 32803, port 2049, and you don't see 32769 because that's an UDP port. If you do netstat minus NLTUP, you will see 32769. There you go. So let's edit etc sysconfig IP tables and copy this line, paste it twice. Now let's paste it later. So just edit this file, and we're gonna use another IP tables module, which is -m multi-port. So we're gonna specify multiple ports here. So the option's gonna change to -- destination ports instead of destination port. So 111 for RPC binds, 892 for mount D, 2049 for NFS, 32769. That's actually UDP port. I don't want to open that. Okay. 32803. Okay. Copy that, paste it, -m UDP minus protocol UDP -- destination ports, all same. Service IP tables restart. IP tables -l -n. I did a mistake. VI etcs. The UDP port for log D should be 769. Okay, now it looks a lot better. So we've done everything from the server side. Let's go back to the client and install AutoFS service. The old school way is to edit cat etc AutoFS, etc FS tab, and add an entry here and say something like NFS no send VM01 : home demo1 slash home demo1 NFS default blah blah blah. So we're not going to do that. That's not an elegant way. What we're gonna do is we just install the AutoFS service, so whenever that directory is requested, it will get mounted dynamically on demand. So the configuration file we're gonna edit is etc auto.master. Go to the end of the file and add this line: /home maps, look for the file etc auto.myhome, and let's set the timeout to 10 minutes, 600 seconds. I think that's the default one. We don't have to specify it, but it's not gonna cause any harm specifying it here. So we're gonna create etc auto.myhome now. auto.myhome. So under /home, anything that you refer to will be mounted from centvmo1 : home/ampersand. So whatever value you give here, so if you refer to /home/demo1, it will be centvmo1 : /home/demo1. So whatever you're referring to will be the ampersand. Check config AutoFS on, service AutoFS starts. That's done. So now we can check if the home directory gets mounted via NFS. SSH demo1 at centvmo2. So this demo1 user doesn't exist in centvmo2. The home directory doesn't exist in centvmo2. Demo1 and demo2 users only exist in centvmo1. They don't have the Unix password. So we've configured centvmo2 to look for user information from the Ldap server and use the Kerberos server for authentication. So let's see if it works. SSH demo1 at centvmo2. Demo1 could not change directory to home demo1. Why that's the case? Service NFS restart. TCP UDP 892. No such file or directory. You know what I made? What the mistake I made? I know. Let's go back and log in as root. You need to install NFS related packages on this client as well. Yum install NFS utils. It doesn't understand how to mount an NFS directory. Okay, that's done. So now if you try and log in as demo1, hey, but it's taking a little while. That's normal in a VM environment like this. It won't usually happen, but sometimes it hangs. But let's wait. Okay, we've got that. And if we do mount grep demo, so home demo1 is mounted from centvmo1 home demo1 NFS version. So let's see if we can log in as demo2. Yep. Mount grep demo that's got mounted. Okay, so I'm logged in as demo 2, and if I do klist, that's my Kerberos ticket. It's valid for 10 hours. No, 24 hours. It's valid for 24 hours. Okay, so now I'm logged into CenVM02. From here I can use the single sign-on to log into CenVM01. So now I'm demo 2 on CenVM02. And if I just do SSH CenVM01, it should directly take me to CenVM01 without asking me for a password, because I've already authenticated using Kerberos. Hey, I'm logged into CenVM01. Okay, another try. SSH demo 1 at CenVM02 demo 1. I'm logged in. My home directory got mounted. So from here I'm jumping to CenVM01. Cool. Klist. So that's the Kerberos ticket granting ticket, KRB-TGT, and this is the ticket that I got for CenVM01. Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to show you. For CentOS 7, I did this on a 3 separate video because I wanted to explain you guys each and every single step that I did. So I really wanted to keep this video very short, but I couldn't because I had to debug some of the issues here. Hope you found this video useful, and this video is especially for my favorite viewer who asked me the question that he can't he has some problems following my CentOS 7 guide on CentOS Rel 6.4. So here you go, you've got this video. Please follow this video and go ahead and do whatever you want. If you get stuck, just give me a shout or leave me a comment and I'll be able to help you. Cool. Sorry for not being able to post many videos. I've got requests from few viewers that asked me to post more videos about the Linux CentOS stuff, but I haven't got much time to do that. So moving forward, I will try and upload more videos when I have some time. So thanks for watching. Bye.